I did some other stuff too, but like, it's a great week. The week, if you can get any advice to a guy getting married, if you can book a work trip a week before a wedding, go for it.
Give her.
Because that's kind of the time where you're just sitting around thinking about it all the time.
Yeah.
If you're not working, you're going, oh man, I'm getting married in a week. And that, you kind of need a little distraction. And I
Like
thought,
where we're at.
and baseball, you're outside, you're getting a tan, you're moving, you're grooving, you're in shape. It's just a good time to be out of the house. And I thought it worked out great. And the event was a huge success. Shout out to the guy in the back there. Let us plug in the power.
Oh, that was in Antigonish. That's Mike.
No, it was in Dartmouth.
Oh, in Dartmouth.
Remember?
Oh, Tim.
Tim?
I'm pretty sure.
Tim.
Yeah.
I'm not so
Either
low.
way,
He knows who he is.
the guy in the backyard. So yeah, we can elaborate on that a little bit. It's just part of the way we get things done, right?
Yeah.
He was just a nice guy.
Well, we had a new camera, and we usually don't do baseball, and every now and then when we do baseball, we always fantasize about different camera angles. And this, when you're watching an MLB game, you love that camera in the outfield that zooms up on the pitch, and you can kind of see the curvature of the ball. And we really wanted to do that, but there was no power outlet back at Beazley Field to keep our camera plugged in. So we needed to knock on someone's door in order to get a power outlet to plug the camera in to get that angle. Wait a second. Should you tell the story about how the first house I went to, the kid, I was caught on camera knocking on the door?
Oh, yeah, Tristan.
Yeah.
Okay, I will tell that. So to basically jump right where you ended, we had to knock on some doors, right? That's just part of the way we do things, right? We could have easily just given up and whatever, ran extension cords, but we were like, you know what, let's knock on some doors, and surely there's someone here that's friendly enough. Anyways, I get a message on Facebook from a buddy, and it says, is this Belly? And I didn't really think much of it at the time. It was just like one of those messages that wasn't urgent, and I was kind of in the middle of something. So then I went back and looked at it later, and I'm like, there's the car, your car, the Jetta. And then I look up, and it's just someone's house footage of somebody walking to the door to knock on the door, but it was Belly. So it was just someone that we knew that knew of us saw you going up to the door. I don't think they were home.
It was the kid. So I'm knocking on this door. The kid's
That's
look
right.
on his face was like he was terrified. Because to be fair, who knocks on doors anymore? And this kid's like 12, so strangers at his door. But then he came to the door, he opened it, and he smiled. And I go, I have a feeling this kid knows who I am.
Yeah.
And it justifies it because the dad knew who I was because he caught me on camera. So that means the kid must have known who I was. So
Yeah.
when I was asking, I was like, hey, little buddy, your parents home? And they're like, no, they're at work. I'm like, oh, you know when they'll be back? And he's like, I don't know, 6, 7. I'm like, okay, sounds good. I'll see you later. Because I'm not going to ask this little kid to like,
Yeah, can I come in and plug?
can I come in and plug the power? So I just left. And then, that video was just hilarious. That'll be a clip. You still have that video?
Oh, God,
That's funny.
yes. And at the beginning, I was like, nah, it's not him. But like, you spend so much time together, I can pretty much pick your car out of a parking lot.
You said it wasn't me.
I thought it wasn't.
Okay.
And I said, I don't think so. And I said, well, where is this? And he told me the location of where this happened. And I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
That is Belly. But it's just funny how, like, in today's world, man, you can't. That's why I'm like, but these people think like they're doing crimes. What are you doing? There's cameras everywhere, and like everyone's got
Yeah.
one. So he's like, you can't hide.
I'm not doing a crime. I'm just trying to
No, I'm
get
just
power.
saying. But it's just funny. Like
Yeah.
the camera looks out, and it's the one clip of some random guy
Yeah.
coming to the door, his
Yeah.
belly, and it comes to me, and I'm
Yeah.
like, at first you go, oh shit, like what happened? But really,
Yeah.
it was just you trying to get
Belly's
some power.
breaking and entering on his days off.
He's a B&E specialist.
It is weird though, like those Ring doorbells, like they weren't a thing when I was growing up. Obviously, when you weren't growing up, so just
No.
like all the footage.
The only time I ever touched the doorbell was to ring it and run, when you're a kid.
Yeah.
But anyways, good event. Great guy in the outfield. Let us plug in there all
Yeah,
weekend.
so his neighbor, Tim,
Yep.
we'll say his name is Tim. We're like 90% sure it is. So he was mowing his lawn, and he was an older fella, and his garage was open, and he had tons of tools in his garage. And I just looked at him. I go, this guy's going to help out. He just looks like that kind of guy. So he's mowing his lawn. And I just kind of waved him down because he can't hear me say, excuse me, because the mower's going. And he turns the mower off. He goes, hey, young fella, like, what can I do for you? And as soon as I heard him say young fella, I was like, we're in.
Yeah, oh
Yeah,
yeah.
How you doing? I'm Justin. Nice to meet you. High Button Sports. Listen, and he's like, absolutely, plug in this back right here. Sounds good. Let me know if you need anything. And 2-3 days go by, or whatever, 2 days, and I go just check on the wire, and he's back there in his backyard, just doing whatever. And I go, what can I get for you? Because I offered to pay him. I'm like, look, I'll give you $100 for the weekend just to let us. And he's like, no, don't worry about it. So I'm thinking. I'm like, what am I gonna do for this guy to like pay it forward? And whiskey, beer, something. I go, what's your drink? And he just tells me right away. What was it? It was some sort of whiskey.
Oh, Kraken.
Kraken?
Pretty
Oh,
sure.
really?
I'm pretty sure. No, yeah, I think so.
Damn.
We might be messing up his name. We might be messing up the whiskey right
Either
now.
way, it's personal name, right?
Personal
So
name,
We just
yeah.
call him Tim
Yeah.
for the story.
Sure.
But
And
Anyways,
anyways,
Kraken.
so he tells me what type of whiskey he likes. We go pick it up, give it to him, and now if we ever want to shoot that angle at Beazley out in the outfield, we go right to Tim's house, bring the whiskey, we're set.
And he was even like, he went as far as like checking on it every day. When I was chatting with him, he was like, yeah, I come out every morning and just have a peek, make sure everything's plugged in still. And it worked out well because, I mean, he's lived there for a while and it's right behind Beazley Field. So I'm sure back in the day he's got a baseball in his yard at some point when the big sluggers were there, right? So he ended up saying to you, oh, he's like, I love sitting out on my deck and just watching the game through the trees there. But it was a battle, man. Like we were battling like 4-foot thorns bushes to like plug that cable in. And he was like, watch out for the dog shit and all. And we're like, we don't care about that. We just want power. So it ended up working out good. It was a great event. Paul always does a great job with that. And the best part is, boys, we get to do it all again next summer. So